Hello everybody. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking a little bit more in depth about the oral presentation, just so that you guys know what to expect. So you can find it by going under Module 2, Presentaciones Orales, and it gives you all the information that you need here. Make sure that you're talking in Spanish. It has at least 5 PowerPoint slides. It should be 2 minutes long. Okay. The description that it wants you to, or the topic that you're going to be writing about is what you do on the weekends. And you're going to need to also include AR verbs and ser and estar in your presentation. So this is going to be the first part of the presentation that's going to be due on Sunday the 24th. And then the following week, you guys will have to do the peer review, and that information can be found here. So if you go to Voicethread, and so this is where you're going to have to post it, make sure that you follow through with all the steps, because in the past I've had students who have put it in there, but they don't follow all the steps, so it doesn't finalize it and it doesn't add it to where it should be. So make sure that you're putting it, you're going through everything, you're submitting everything, just to make sure it's there. So you'll go to add your own, so you can create a new voice thread, and it'll say here, add media, where you'll put the files. And it'll go through a couple of different options. This down here says URL, even though I know you can't see it. Webcam video, webcam photo, audio recording, media sources, my computer. So one thing that you can do is you can use Screencast-O-Matic, and then you'll be able to put a URL if you upload it to YouTube through Screencast-O-Matic. You'll be able to either put here the URL, or I think like one of the other recordings, to be able to upload it to VoiceThread. So what you have to go to is this website, Screencast-O-Matic, and it gives you the website up here, and you'll push Start Recording. It's actually what I'm using right now to record this video. So I can't push Launch Recorder because nothing will show up because I'm already recording it. But that's the steps that you'll take. You don't have to pay anything, but you'll use this. It's for free. And then afterwards, when you complete the video, or when you complete the presentation, then it'll ask you how you want to save it. I typically save mine through YouTube, and then that's how you can go ahead and put in the URL here. Okay, so one thing that you can do as well is basically use Screencast-O-Matic to capture your screen while you are completing the presentation in the PowerPoint. This is probably the easiest one. It does have a 15-minute time limit, but that's fine because the presentation is only 2 minutes long. So I made this PowerPoint. It's just a sample of what you guys can do. I'm going to kind of talk through it really quickly, so mine might not be about as 2 minutes long, but I'm going to give you guys kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, so you should have your title page, which does not count as one of the 5 PowerPoint slides. And you should have a title on it, as well as your name, any other information that you want, like the class or the date, something like that. So it does ask you to include images, and it also asks you to use AR verbs and ser and estar. So what you might want to do is, and it limits you to making sure you only have like 2 sentences max on the PowerPoint slide. So I put pictures to match whatever I was saying on the slide. And this first sentence says, Yo estudio mucho durante los fines de semana. So I study a lot during the weekend. And I just found this picture on clipart. You can find it somewhere else. If you want to use clipart, that's fine. If you want to add your own pictures from your personal life, that's fine as well. Just make sure that they're appropriate for the class. And here, estudiar is an AR verb. I use the yo form because I'm talking specifically about myself. Okay? I also say, mi familia y yo caminamos con los perros. My family and I walk with our pets, with our dogs. So here's just this picture. Like I said, you can put a picture of yourself if you want. Here, maybe I will use some version of ser or estar while I'm also explaining this. So it shouldn't sound like you're reading. It should sound like you're talking about it and you're describing it. So yes, I do have this sentence here that says, my family and I walk the dogs on the weekend. But maybe you can talk about where you like to walk the dogs. You can talk about the park that you go to, the location of the park, so that you can use ser and estar. Okay. Además, cantamos cuando preparamos la cena. Also, we sing while we're getting dinner ready. So you could tell a little story here about one time when you were singing and getting dinner ready. You could say what type of dinner it is, who sits with you when you eat dinner on the weekends, those types of things so that you can make sure that you're using not just the AR verbs, but also ser and estar, so you get all the points for the presentation. Okay. También compramos comida para la semana. Okay. Compramos is another AR verb. I'm talking here about nosotros, which is the we form. We go buy food for the weekend. And here I have a picture of a grocery store. You can talk about what your favorite food is. You can talk about the different grocery stores that you like to go to, where they're located, those types of things. So you can use up all your time. Okay? Y a veces viajamos a visitar familia. And sometimes we go traveling to visit family. Okay? So make sure that you guys have the images, the AR verbs, and also the use of ser and estar. Okay, once you click out of the video, then you can, out of the PowerPoint presentation, then you can stop the video and then you can upload it here through Voicethread. So I'm going to try and do that right now to make sure that it works. And then if you guys have any questions about the oral presentations, just let me know.